would you do it? Would you do what Flash did to bring his mom back? Knowing the consequences, and someone, tells you, by the way, dude, if you go back in time, other things are going to happen. Diggle will instead have a daughter instead of a son.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! Wait,
Yeah.
I would be like, so what?
A
different gender? Okay.
No, but there's other things too, like Laurel dies, or like someone else dies.
Well, me as Barry is like, oh, Laurel, I heard of her once.
It's really funny. I think the CW series lightened up the consequences severely because, Diggle having a daughter versus a son, I was like, okay. I thought you'd be like, his son died.
Exactly.
Like Cisco.
Yeah.
Cisco's brother died because
I know. That was a huge consequence. Yeah.
Versus the Amazons and the Atlanteans having like a world war. Like,
and
there's
out,
scale here.
Yeah, it's a huge different scale here. But
yeah, I mean, to me, like, no matter if you're close to your parent, you're not close to your parent, it's very hard to say when you're not put into the context, but like knowing that had to happen for you to have this life and, be adopted by the West family, almost kind of adopted. I don't know if that's a legal thing with them, but, it's kind of like, you take things off, man. Like, I mean, remember when they went to Earth 2?
Yes.
In that before the weird singing episode?
I try to forget that never happened.
That never happened.
Never happened.
Yeah, like, things change, It already changes in Earth 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever.
Yeah.
And then for you to change that timeline in your actual timeline, it's just messed up, man.
But it really reminds us all that these individuals, they're incredibly resilient for what they've gone through.
Yeah.
And it's easy to forget that this person lost their parents, because everyone in the superhero world loses their parents.
Right? Isn't that like the quintessential
it's
thing
very-
to be a
It's
hero?
a prerequisite. It's like, I would like to become your new Robin. Did you lose a parent? No, then get the
Then
fuck
no.
out, kid.
It's like, wait, you have all your family members? Ew. It's
Ew,
like, you can't be a
gross.
hero.
Who are you?
Get some character. That's character in superhero.
Yeah,
world.
Yeah,
like
it is.
Superman would just like backhand you, you piece of shit.
And then all of
Fuck
a
off.
sudden, he's just like, in Jupiter. I mean, when you said fuck off, I didn't mean Jupiter, but maybe I meant like, Nova Scotia or something.
Oh
But
my goodness.
And the other thing that I wanted to also mention is that the one thing people know about the Flash is his rogues gallery. I mean, you're talking about he could compete with the, Batman rogues gallery and still have a pretty solid...
Couple members, they're like Cirque du Soleil members for me, but
like,
for those who are
How
new,
so?
yeah.
everyone's got their wacky thing.
Like Captain Cold. I mean, I understand why Cold, and Fast, it no work, right?
I was thinking of the top, like
Yeah.
just the guy who spins.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm like,
that's what I love
alright.
about Flash's world. It's super heroic and goofy, and
Yeah.
it addresses it right in the face and doesn't try to be like hyper serious. So you get the Turtle and Mirror Master. Actually, Mirror Master is pretty damn awesome.
He's pretty awesome, to be honest.
Yeah, but his power is mirrors. Someone
Actually,
looked in the mirror and
Did
saw
you
it.
guys see, I don't know if you guys ever had the chance to read, like, the really, really old, this is the Barry Flash, and it was maybe the 80s or something, and the kind of problems that he had was he liked a girl, that girl was already married, and, yeah, I know, it's
Tell me
very
he went back in
teledrama.
time until she wasn't married.
It's just that just screwed everything. But it was almost like it was borderline soap opera, like his evolution but like his rogues gallery there was actually like, why are you fighting with a businessman?
Oh,
Like,
yes.
Why this happens?
I think there was literally a guy. So Flash in the 90s was doing his wind tunnel thing with his arms,
Yeah.
and he's pushing this guy pretty far back, and the guy's like, strong wind. What I can do is literally curve myself at a 90 degree. Yeah, this is Captain Boomerang, gentlemen.
Yes.
He bent himself at a 90 degree angle, so that he was the shape of a boomerang.
He was like, good, I can do it too.
It was just ridiculous.
And then
But-
he flew back
Yeah, then he-
because boomerangs work like that.
But who
it was
do you?
amazing.
I mean, that's like a ridiculous storyline, and it's very 90s, and it's very old school. But like, who do you think, like, right now, who could really fuck him up? Like, who could kill him?
Oh, we got Professor Zoom or Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
Whichever is your favorite of the week.
Yeah, and those are two different people, by the way.
Oh,
No,
wait,
no,
hold
Oh,
on. Which
Eobard.
one's which?
There's Eobard Thawne. There's Mr. West, which is in New 52 or New Rebirth 52,
Yeah.
Iris's brother becomes Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
Right.
He gets interesting powers, actually, over time. He slows everyone down, so he looks like he's running faster. And then he can steal time away from you, so he's running faster relative to you.
That kind of reminds me of Adam West and Burt Ward when they're like horizontally filming.
Yes.
And it's kind of like, this is all an illusion kind of thing. Yes,
100%.
yes. Uh-huh.
That's like Farnsworth with his ship that just moves all with space.
I always think of that. Like, we're not moving at all. Space is just moving around us.
Right.
Like, oh, okay.
How do you think he can kill him, though?
Okay, so he has the power to... He just can't kill him because he's a paradox, and if he kills Barry, then he's never
Then
created.
he doesn't exist,
etc.
yeah.
But he can engineer in a way that Barry is just no powers. Some other villain kills him, takes him back as a baby, brings him to the present,
Yeah.
give him the garage. Who knows? Like,
Right.
he's got the same abilities as Barry, so...
What do you think, Len?
Yeah, I would say Reverse Flash is totally his most dangerous villain, but
Right.
Mirror Master, I feel I can throw a curveball at him.
Just a
because-
curveball, though.
Well, like a really good curveball. If he's really creative,
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, I think
mirrors,
he'd
man.
have to work with someone else, kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
if Captain Cold was there,
with like
and
maybe
all-
a physicist. The guy's just like a burglar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also the calculator.
The Okay, this one's new to
Yes,
me.
I
Go
don't know
on.
what he does, though.
Or is it? Hold on. Is it the Thinker? Who was like the most recent villain in the Flash?
It is the Thinker.
It is a Thinker. Yeah.
His whole thing is thinking, so that's...
What do you think about that?
Not to say that Flash is a dum dum or anything.
Oh, no, he's a smart-ass
He's not.
dude.
He's a forensic scientist, right?
Yeah.
So.
But there's this thing, the Thinker says nothing is faster than pure thought.
Oh,
Like,
calm down.
that's
He
his
needs
thing.
to calm his shit down.
Oh wait, no, isn't Flash faster than thought? Like faster than the electric signals going through one's head?
Sure. I mean,
Technically,
I'll
he
call
is.
Barry later and ask him. And of course, Flash in the TV series, since we've just been talking about it.
Yep.
I think TV series wise, if it was like live action, I would say that I got exposed to him first in the the 90s one.
John Wesley Shipp.
That's the
Is
one.
that his-
Dawson
is that his
Dawson
name?
Creek's dad. Dawson. Yeah, Dawson Creek. He was
yes.
there.
And
yeah.
isn't he now in the series as well?
Yeah.
He is as
He's-
Jay.
As
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay / Daddy-O.
But
yeah.
Jay from Earth 2, technically.
Jay from Earth 2, or Barry's dad in
Earth 1.
One.
I
Are they
know.
calling it Earth 1? I forgot.
or
They
Earth
call it
Prime?
Earth 1.
Yes,
Earth
something like
Prime,
this.
yeah.
Well, or Earth.
That's pretty self-centered. Go like, we discovered the multiverse. They've all existed here, but we're number one.
We're the center of it all.
We're the center of everything.
And like the other thing that I wanted to know though is like, I mean, there's like how many DC superheroes? Why do we keep going back to the Flash and making TV shows about him? What do you guys
Need
think?
more of him, more Flash.
Immediately.
Immediately.
But why though? Not that I disagree.
Wido.
I think
Like, I
it
get-
provides like a great challenge for writers because this is somebody who, contrary to what you've seen in the TV series, can foil every crime and then you just don't have a minute yet.
He's like Dexter but fast.
He's Dexter but fast.
Yeah.
You have an intelligent guy who's not just doing it because he wants to. He actually
Yeah.
he was a hero before he was a Flash. He was a
Right,
CSI
right.
investigator. He was trying to solve his dad's murder.
Right.
He's still doing so after the fact, but he's also able to help others a lot better.
Right.
And
right.
it provides this challenge to writers, like, this guy can foil a robbery before we can say cut. So
Right.
how do I create a problem on film that's interesting? Which, you know,
And you know what? Like, and I see him as well as a good team member. You know, when they do team ups in Justice League, and you know that's from us, all of us watching Justice League animated series. So I think he's good as like a standalone guy, and he's good as a team guy. But
For
you know,
sure.
I'm not kind of sold with the Ezra Miller Flash because I'm
Yeah.
like, why so timid? Like that's not the Flash we know, and I don't want to
Same.
be.
Okay, I can see where they got some of those story elements from.
Yeah.
In the back of Rebirth, Jeff Johns does a whole paragraph or two about his personality. Barry is a bit more of a recluse type. He likes to
Right.
just study things more, and it's like, and Wally is a bit more of the funny type. So they're like, what if we make this guy funny and recluse
At the same
at
time.
the same time?
doesn't work.
No.
And these guys will be his only friends. They turned it up a little bit too much, but you know what? It was
Yeah.
entertaining to see.
The thing I don't like about it, though, is the Justice League was a group of elite people
Right.
who were together because, hey, you're proficient in this. I see that you're proficient in that. It's like I applied for a job Actually, no, I didn't apply for it. You walked into my house. You're like, hey,
and
do you want to
demanded me to take this job.
Want to be an engineer? It's like, I mean, I studied a course once in high school. It's like, okay, cool.
Right.
It diminished the quality of the members, I think.
Right.
It did, but the thing is, when they're elite members being drawn into the Justice League, that's in a world full of superheroes. You have to be picky.
Right.
With this one, it's just, I heard of this one thing.
That was the plot, actually. Yeah, he's like, I saw a video of you once. It was blurry, but
but I know it was you.
Look like you're a hero. So
you're like, that's racist to red people. Like,
I'd love a job market like this.
Hey, and I wanted to also bring up one of the things that really attracted me to the Flash is his costume. Like, it's so iconic. It's just as iconic as Superman's.
It hasn't changed since the 50s. Well, except for the extra lines, and I don't like those.
The Justice League one, I don't like it. Because why are you running, like, covered in metal and whatever alloy that you're in?
Exactly why.
Why?
They didn't want to introduce the Speed Force to the audience. Because in the comics, the Speed Force is protecting them. In the movie, I have to wear shuttle parts that can withstand atmospheric pressure when re-entering. That's why I can run fast and not buy.
But where's this kid getting this money from, though?
Because Flash.
I guess.
Because Flash. Because Speed Force. I don't know. You can't avoid the Speed Force when it comes to him, and clearly
exactly because that's such a huge integral part of the Flash, right?
Yeah,
and
that's
they're using it with the whole time travel thing.
It wouldn't make sense otherwise. Exactly, you need the Speed Force. So I'm sorry they didn't use it.
Yeah,
and the costume kind of had to suffer because of it, but.
And so I do have to bring up the fact that there is a Flash family. Right?
Yeah.
It's not just it's the same thing as when I have to explain like Green Lantern to someone who does not do comics. They think it's just one guy, and it's usually Hal, right?
Yeah.
But then they're like, oh, why are they making Green Lantern black? And I'm like, but what? No, there's another Green Lantern because it's a corpse. Not a corpse body, like a core.
It's a core.
Yeah. So anyway, with the Flash, there's the Flash family, and that starts. Let's start with Jay, probably, right?
Jay motherfucking Garrett.
I really have to put explicit on our on this particular podcast. But with him, he was like the golden age Flash.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, and then there was a little bit of a break with DC.
That's when they realized, superhero comics aren't really selling right now.
Yeah.
So then they went into like other things.
Yeah. They couldn't speed up time and be like, in 2017 they're gonna have all these movies and we're gonna be right back there.
Yeah, they were like, no, that's not gonna happen. Science comics, horror comics.
Yeah, and then they rebooted him, right? Mm-hmm. And that was when Barry and Wally and everybody else was introduced. Mm-hmm. Who's your preference with that kind of?
Between Barry, Wally, Jay,
and
Bart, Jesse.
Yeah.
We're doing speedsters.
Mercury.
Then you have a whole slew.
Yeah, don't say Quicksilver.
Not Quicksilver.
Not Quicksilver. He's not fast enough.
But like it's usually like between Jay, Wally, Barry.
Yeah, if there's like an Olympics for the Flash, you'd have those three finalists on the podium. So it's always a debate on who's in the number one spot. Mm-hmm. I'll let Lenny go first to see.
Okay, so I think it was revealed. No, not revealed. The writer decided in the most recent Flash comic that Wally is the faster out of him and Barry.
Right.
But I love the classic feel of Jay because he's that old guy, or he doesn't exist right now.
He's a man's man kind of Flash.
Yeah. It's just like. He reminds you, you're not the first. We've been here forever, and we have a lot of lessons.
He's like snapping his finger and just like shananing it. Like, Flash, you were not here first. I am the original Flash.
I would love for a rerun where Barry is talking to Jay, and he's like, so hard water vapor, huh? I'm a scientist and everything, so please elaborate. How'd that happen?
And then Jay Garrick just pulls out a penny from his ear and be like, here, son, there's a penny for you.
This is how... Yeah... I feel like that's one of those things where the writers are just like, how does that happen? I don't know. Let's pick something from the scientific dictionary. Hard water vapor? Okay, if you inhale that, sure you get fast. How?
I don't know. Like, we'll try it later, guys. 30 minutes from now, if you guys don't hear from us, we've tried something.
We've entered the Speed Force.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but to me, I do like separate things about them.
Yeah.
I like Barry's storylines because he's kind of has that sometimes melodramaticness to his storylines, and I like how he intertwines with other heroes. But the thing that I really love most about Wally, though, is like his humor, because I saw him first in Justice League.
Yeah.
He was the Joker of the whole crew back then.
Yeah, he's the guy you would go out for a beer with. I would never go out for a beer with
and bubble
Bruce.
tea, for sure.
Yeah,
and bubble
100%.